With JJ Abrams taking his Star Trek D.P. with him to shoot Star Wars Episode VII, Roberto Orci has brought on Academy Awarding cinematographer Claudio Miranda to shoot the new Star Trek film. Miranda has shot several major films, including The Life of Pi, Tron Legacy, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and Oblivion. This will mark the first Star Trek movie to be shot digitally instead of on traditional film. Christian, what do you think of the addition of Claudio Miranda and the transition to digital for Star Trek?
Well, in regards to bringing Miranda, brilliant.
Yeah.
The guy is awesome. Look, I didn't love Oblivion, and Tron was okay, but you cannot say that both those movies weren't incredible to look at. Everything. Life of Pi?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
100%.
So when you're talking about how it's going to look, that's what we're talking about here. That's a big move. That's a great move, because when you see these images and you see what this guy is capable of, this next Star Trek movie is going to look awesome. The different planets, the stuff that you can see. That is very exciting to me. As far as digital, I'm a traditional film guy. I'm more excited now.
Grandpa.
Oh, no. I'm very excited in Episode 7. We're in the... Yeah, I love the fact that Episode 7 is coming back to film 35. But cool. I mean, it's still going to look awesome with this guy. And when you're adding that, big move, smart.
I used to be one of those people, you guys, that was like, digital's never going to look like film, and you guys can take your cameras and go home. And it absolutely does. It's beautiful. And Gone Girl is Fincher's first digital film. And it's stunning. Easily held up against his other films visually. But there's nothing like a beautiful 35 millimeter film, or a film even just projected in 35. The worst thing about digital is the projectors that always screw up.
Right.
You know, for two things. One, when I look at a picture of him here, he just hits me as the type of guy who would turn his Oscar into a bong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's like Garth.
I was going to say he looks elvish.
Yeah, which is kind of awesome, actually, in another way. Whenever I hear this discussion between traditional film and digital, though, I just think of somebody trying to make the argument to me that the rotary phone is still better than an iPhone. Like that, it just, to me, you know, 99.9% of film-going fans today, they have no idea. You just can't tell. If this film was shot in film or if this film was shot in digital, it is easier to shoot in digital. It's cheaper to shoot in digital. It's more flexible to shoot in digital. You know, the 1990s are gone, guys. Let's move on. And I think a lot of filmmakers, you know, I talked to a couple of filmmakers that still use film, and one of them kind of admitted, this is just what I grew up using. And so this is what I'm comfortable with, and I ain't gonna change. It's like, well, in that case, more power to you if that's what you're comfortable with. But I love that they're moving into the 21st century with digital, and you're right. And you know the other thing that he shot that looked beautiful? A lot of people have mixed feelings about the film, but The Curious Case of Benjamin Button,
beautiful.
The cinematography in that movie is just like jaw-dropping.
Well, and these are all movies that have really amazing effects as well. And Robert Rodriguez was the first person to be like, shooting film is the worst when you were like making these huge effects films.
Because you have the files are digital files when you shoot digitally, obviously. So it's much easier to render and use computer graphics. The other thing about Miranda that's cool is his look. He's got a very clear, very crisp, very beautiful. It's almost like hyper-real aesthetics in all of his films, even though he's done so many different kinds of films, whether it's Benjamin Button or Tron Legacy or whatever. I think he's the guy for the job. And I think given the project and given his talents and given his comfort level with digital, I think it's a perfect marriage.
You know, I read a headline that said he scores the new Star Trek. I'm sorry, Star Trek scored him.
And you know, because the thing is with him, look, there are a lot of amazing cinematographers out there, but when you watch all of his movies, all the ones that we mentioned, you really notice, like Life of Pi, and like you notice, like I said about Oblivion. I'm not the biggest Oblivion fan, but the first thing I said about that movie was it looks so amazing and beautiful. The guy is a painter. He's a painter.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.